Yeah, it's your dog MC Mack for life, the underboss, Supreme Being, KKZ, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Chill.
We making money in music. We love that money in music. We like that money in music. We making money.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. We got the legend, MC Mack, back at it again with us, jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
What's happening, family?
Man, I'm cool, fam. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I can't complain, man. You know my saying, any day, above ground.
Man, come
it's a good
on
day.
now. It's a blessing, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, you know, I got to just start off by giving you your flowers. That's why I said legend, MC Mack. And, you know, when you've been inducted into the Music Hall of Fame, the Memphis Music Hall of Fame, which Memphis has so many legendary artists that, you know, have come before you, you gotta make sure to give people like their right accolades and respect and flowers and all of that. So I want to start it off by that, bro.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, man. So MC Mack, you just dropped your documentary, the Mackumentary.
Yes, sir.
And it's dope because like you really go into your story and you know it's featuring LaChat and Scarface Al Capone and you know a few other people you know in there sharing like their insight on you and how y'all met and just you know just y'all relationship and everything, man. The first thing I want to ask you, bro, is what made this the right time to tell your story?
Actually, we've been putting it together, you know, about a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it and trying to get the outline and how we was gonna go about filming it. Did I want to sit down and talk? Did I want to use old clips? Did I want to use old pictures? And you know, so it was a work in progress, probably about a year and a half or so, putting it together. And I got with my homeboy May, shout out May, who directed it for me. And we went hit my old neighborhoods, man. Went to my old schools, old familiar sites, and just took a trip down memory lane, man. And yeah, it was a really cool documentary. Tells my life story in a nutshell. Not all of it, but we crammed as much as we could in those 37 minutes. And yeah, that's pretty much how it came to be, man.
Now, was there a specific moment that made you realize that your story needed to be documented and needed to be told?
Oh, most definitely, man, because I was talking to my homeboys, man, and we were like, man, you know, it's probably best for you to tell your story first before somebody else come behind you and mess your stuff up. At least from the source, you getting the real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no fabricated, you know, Michael Jackson story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's coming from the source, straight from me, straight from KKZ Films, before anybody else has an opportunity to mislead my fans and public on some untruths. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do it first. That's all.
All right. So in telling your story, was there a chapter of your life that was most difficult to revisit?
Man, like I said, when I first jumped out of high school, I really didn't know what I was gonna do, to go to school or, you know, pursue the music thing. So that was a really difficult point. It wasn't super difficult, but I was still in not knowing what, you know, what I was gonna do actually. Did I wanna pursue the music full time or just continue, you know, going to school and try to get a degree and, you know, go that route. So I definitely don't want to live those years again. But I enjoyed the times and the grind and hustling and getting out and promoting myself. You know what I'm saying? Pushing the tapes, pushing the CDs, and putting posters on the walls, and going to the stereo shops and the fairgrounds with malls, and you know, just now I miss that grind in those ages, man. So I would say, yeah, from 18 to 21, you know what I'm saying, through that time was definitely a trying time for me.
Now, you've embraced physical content when it comes to music, your documentary, you have it on DVD. What made you, you know, because you come from that era of, you know, out the trunk and selling, you know, your music hand to hand. What made you stick to that and continue to push physical?
Man, the fans, man, it was a wild outpour inboxing people from overseas. Hey man, you have this on vinyl. Hey man, you got a cassette tape. You got any of your old raps, you know, on paper. And I'm like, damn, you actually buying this stuff? Well, let me make it available. Yeah, I can get it for you, but you know, my distributor had our old cassette tape still in the warehouse, so I was able to get my old catalog, my old tapes, CDs, pressed up some vinyl, and man, I couldn't believe the outpour for people overseas and fools that wanted that vintage hard copy.
Yeah.
So I got to give them what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because physical product is selling more than, like at an all-time high right now.
Yeah.
We see vinyls going crazy. Like that's, a product that's been selling a lot, and we're in an age of nostalgia. So people want that feel. People want to, put the vinyl on a record player and hear the crackling before the music come on. And a lot of us have PS5s or Xboxes that play DVDs.
Right.
So you have access to being able to play a DVD. I remember it stormed one time and the internet went out and I couldn't watch any streaming service. And I was actually happy that I still have my huge DVD collection, because then I was putting in Scarface, watching The Godfather on DVD.
Right,
all of that.
Yeah, them classics, man. Yes, sir. And never throw your DVDs away, man.
Nah,
never know when you may need them again.
Come
you know
on
what I'm
now.
saying?
Now, you've also been an artist who, even though you came from the era of selling physical product, you embraced the digital age as soon as it came. You weren't an artist that was, talking down on streaming and all of that. What do you feel from the streaming era has been like one of the best aspects of it, for you and for your career?
Man, shout out to Selecto Hits, man, and Jeff Phillips, man, and he been rocking with me, man, and from the transformation from the CDs and tapes to the streaming. And the only thing that I can say for the streaming that has a plus on the CDs and the physical product would be the availability, the accessibility. Anybody can boom, boom, boom on the phone right there and listen to your stuff. They ain't got to purchase it. They can go stream it right there on YouTube or Spotify and just take a listen. So if they like it, they can download it. You know what I'm saying? So that would be, a good thing versus, selling the CDs or tapes hand to hand where, they can't hear it. You know what I'm saying? They can't hear it first. It's going on your word, your presentation, and your sales pitch versus your phone and listening to it first and being able to have the option to download it or whatnot.
And being able to easily reach people worldwide. And like you said, you getting all these emails, your inbox being flooded by people telling you that they want your physical product, and more than likely that's because they were able to hear it through streaming, whether it was on YouTube or on the digital streaming platforms, and then let you know that they want the physical copy.
Exactly. So for sure.
Now, jumping back into the Mackumentary, into your documentary, when you were interviewing people and allowing them to tell their stories about you, like, did that change how you viewed your career and how you saw things, seeing it from other people's lens?
When I first started, I hit up a couple of cats, man, I grew up with who knew my past, you know what I'm saying, a couple of high school partners, a couple of artists I'm working with now. And I just told them, tell a story about how you first met me, a funny story or how we first met or songs that influenced you or what's your favorite MC Mack record, and just, talk about experiences like that. And they send me that footage in and we put it together in the edit, but that's pretty much how I generated the extra cast to talk about my past, man. So
yeah, because when we know who we are, of course, and can go out and tell somebody who we are, but when you hear somebody else's point of view, it allows you to even see yourself differently, or be like, damn, they see me like this, like, okay, that you know what I mean? So I know that had to just be fulfilling to a certain degree too, like hearing how other people felt about you, or even just how you made an impact at other people's lives through your emotion.
For sure, they were telling some stories that I actually forgot. I was like, oh wow, So I had partners from high school saying, some things we did back in the past, and I was like, oh man, I remember that. I never would have thought about it until you just said it. So it definitely was a cool impact, man, on me and viewing my past up until now, seeing where I came from until now. You know what I'm saying? So it made the struggle and the grind all worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What surprised you most during the filming process of this documentary?
the filming process.
Yeah, like what surprised you the most as you were going through the process?
The filming was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to doing videos and being in front of the camera and whatnot. So that wasn't, anything. But just the process of getting the DVD and the footage on the streaming networks, like Apple TV, had so much criteria that they wanted for the before they would accept it. It had to be, certain frames. The artwork had to be certain things. Certain glitches had to be corrected in the if the camera shaked, all of that stuff mattered. They have a whole quality control thing that you go through that you got to pass. But that was kind of trying because I had to go back and forth with doing corrections and whatnot. But as for the filming part, it was a breeze. You know what I'm saying? We own that. So,
Word.
yeah.
Do you feel like even working with platforms like Apple TV and understanding like those certain types of specs that are required for that, did that even increase like your quality control and even what you're doing moving forward when it comes to visuals?
Yeah, actually, this is my first actual streaming DVD, so it's my first time ever doing it. So it's a learning process. So now I know what to do next time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta jump in that water. You ain't gonna learn how to swim that first time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through the lessons, and then you'll be better equipped and prepared for the next go round.
Word. Now to tap into some of your early story, and I mean this is your third time being on the Porch, so you've definitely have shared your story with us. But for people who are watching this interview and seeing you for the first time, can you share what the Memphis rap scene was really like before the rest of the country even started paying attention?
Yeah. Back in the days, man, you only had a couple of options back in the day. The options wasn't as widespread as it is now. But back in the 90s, man, you either had, you had Spanish Fly. Shout out DJ Spanish Fly, man. And of course, you had Paul and Juicy and Squeaky Click. So you know what I'm saying? Or so you had to get down with either one of them that was making noise. So you either rap with Squeaky, Skinny Pimp, shout out Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, or Paul and Juicy them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was kind of limited. You had 3 or 4 cats that were really making a large noise in Memphis, and to get on one of their projects and get yourself heard was the way to go.
And what was the moment that you realized that Memphis music was influencing the entire culture and not just the city?
Oh man, when I went out of town, when I went to Freakniks and stuff like that here in Atlanta, man, and other cities was embracing it, like in other places in Tennessee, Nashville, Arkansas. I would put posters on my car, and use that as a promotional tool on riding the strip, doing homecomings and stuff like that. And people were running up like, man, I heard woo 36 Mafia MC Mack, easy come, easy go. Tell me the Mack, they actually knew it. I was like, oh snap, they know me.
Yeah.
What the hell? Am I selling like that? Where my check at? Let me call the distributor. let me cut the check, nigga. But yeah, so when I first saw the reaction of out of towners feeling the music and how they were reacting to me and stuff like that, I was like, okay, we making some noise, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody had that sound really. That sound hadn't been duplicated or replicated, you know what I'm saying? It was something new because it wasn't accepted at first. But then people started catching on and listening to it and vibing to it, you know what I'm saying? It really sprung my eyes like, okay, we may have something here.
And Memphis, unlike most cities, is a city where the radio station, even in those days, actually supported the local scene music.
Yeah.
When you hear people talk about the cities that they're from, 9 times out of 10, it's impossible for them to get any type of play on their radio station.
Yeah.
What was that like, being able to hear yourself and even some of your partners being played on the radio and being supported, and the city like really putting their arms around the rap scene in the way that they did?
Yeah, man. It was a couple of DJs that helped put artists on, like Stan Bell, man. I remember listening to him and Pretty Tony and DJ Just Born, them mixing in the mix and throwing in local artists. And it was really cool, man, because you had certain DJs that really embraced the artists and gave them an opportunity to be heard on K97 or Hot 107 or 101. So You know, shout out to the DJs that supported everybody from the get-go, man. And for me, actually hearing radio, it was always business, you know what I'm saying? But it was a really cool experience, man, to get my son down on the radio and actually hearing myself on the radio during that time, man. So, shit, I was like, man, you know, hopefully this shit'll take off one day, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a cool sound, get buck, get crunk, get wild, you know what I'm saying? The gangster walk, songs like that. So it was a really cool thing.
And even today, we see that the Memphis sound is being sampled by so many popular artists and artists around the world. How did it feel to see the Memphis sound become one of the most sampled styles in the world?
It's a great feeling, man. I am so happy that it took that turn, because seemed like it took forever before we got our shine. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, Memphis has been popping ever since the 80s, you know what I'm saying? That's for the music scene, but the world didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So now they're hearing those old tapes, they're hearing that old vinyl and mixing it in with the new, like, you know, artists like Drake, Suicide Boys, and Gucci, and, you know, just basically anybody who's anybody is sampling a lot of Memphis classics. And yeah, it really makes me feel good to see that we finally getting our shine that we deserve.
Yeah. Do you feel that the younger artists truly understand where that sound came from?
No. No, because I be looking in the comments, man, on certain things, and like, oh, I thought this came from such and such. Somebody else saying, no, that was back in '95. You know what I'm saying? That came from MC Mack, woo, 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 the Easy Come, Easy Go. Like Suicide Boys has Sarcophagus, you know, 1 and 2. And a lot of cats, and when the Easy Come, Easy Go got put on Grand Theft Auto, people thought it was the Suicide Boys. But really, they had sampled my joint from back in the day, so.
Yeah, but thankfully you able to put folks on and you know what I mean, and get the recognition.
For sure, fam.
Now, we always hear, or at least lately, the talk on the internet and even amongst other circles has been how it seemed like the OGs and the young cats that's coming up, there's a disconnect between them. I think it's because on one end, a lot of the OGs feel like since they've been there, done that they have the right to speak to the young cats in a certain way that the young cats coming up aren't really able to receive because they don't feel like the OGs are necessarily respecting them and respecting their mind, and that we in a different world these days.
Yeah.
How are you able to connect with young cats and share game, but not be overbearing or not, you know, come at it in a way where they can't receive it?
It's all about, man, being able to deliver your message and tapping into their world where they can understand it. Like, I've been telling cats about the music industry and putting fools on game and letting them know what they need to do as for getting their stuff, you know, distributed and registered properly. You know what I'm saying? And I share game with my young artists, man, and letting them know what to do. You know, because a lot of times the OGs didn't tell us what to do. They will absorb the information and don't tell the youth or don't tell your partners how to really put your record out, get it structured on BMI or ASCAP and all these other avenues to get paid. And, you know, a lot of times they got to go out and fetch for themselves to find that information. But as for the OGs, you know what I'm saying, well, I guess it's up to that person to be able to share that information and who you give that information to. And if they gonna use it, you know what I'm saying? You got a young cat out here that's wilding on perks and shit, call himself rapping, that man ain't finna do none of this business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You be wasting your time. So you gotta be selective in determining who you gonna tell it to and if they're gonna do something with it. But I always felt like, man, you know, you got somebody close and you sharing game, you give them your experience, no, you need to do this. I did it this way. I just learned this, so you should do it that way. Yeah. You know, you get blessed that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And when you came in, there were a couple of young guys in here from Memphis, some guys that are, you know, on the come up and really building a name for themselves. And even y'all interaction was positive and it was dope. And I could even see just from that quick interaction, just the way that you connect, you know, with people. You're not walking in the room like, yeah, I'm the legend. Y'all need to look at me this way.
No. Yeah, because some people may not know. They may, and with me, you know, they heard my name. They may even know my raps, but they never seen my face.
Word.
They never seen my face. So, you know what I'm saying, they've been heard my name and they never met me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I remember MC Mack, woo, 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 on Be a Witness on the 3-6 Mafia, Live by Your Rep, but they never met me.
Yeah.
Or never seen me face to face. So, you know, I get it.
And the 3-6 Mafia legacy, the Prophet Posse legacy, the Hypnotized Camp legacy, why do you feel people are still fascinated by that era nearly 30 years later?
Man, it's the sound, the artists. That sound, man, is still relevant to this day. We produce some dope stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like NWA movement, man. They buying it because it's dope, you know what I'm saying? It's dope. It was dope then and it's dope now, you know what I'm saying? And the same energy that we were putting out there and getting crunk in the clubs, now the younger cats are feeling it, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's the sound, man. That sound was so unique and nobody else was doing it. I mean, you know, when you hear it, you knew they were from Memphis. Oh, that's some Memphis shit. Oh, back in the days, you could tell when a person was from New York. You could tell from the sound, this person is from the Midwest. This person from, you know what I'm saying? You knew Florida music when you heard the booty shaking. You know what I'm saying? You knew Texas screwed up and, you know. So I think the era has changed as for the music scene to, you know, we don't know where our artist is from now by just listening to it. That's the part that I miss. I used to could hear it and know exactly where they were from. Now, hell, you know, a person could be from Oregon, sound like they from Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Real talk.
For us rap fans who, you know, are fans of that legacy and of that era, can you share with us why back then it seemed like Memphis artists weren't collaborating? Like why early on, like why do we have to wait till Stay Fly to get 3-6 Mafia, A-Ball and MJG together? You know, why didn't we get Tila with 3-6 Mafia? Why, you know what I mean? Like it was truly whatever camp you were a part of, that's who you rocked with, and that was it. Like, was there a specific reason? Were there beefs amongst the camps or what?
Of course,
what was it?
yeah. Everybody was beefing, you know what I'm saying? Memphis, man. That's the reason probably why we didn't blow up tonight until it started getting sampled, because the animal was so high. Fools was into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clicks was into it. Fools were fighting. Maybe, I mean, out of town we see each other and it'd be cool. But in the city, these fools are animosity up, you know what I'm saying? That was the main thing, man. Fools arguing, fools beefing. Fools stealing their sound, sampling their voice, putting it in songs, and you know it goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? But that's one main reason I feel like it didn't pop off until later on, all the animosity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now your latest project, the KKZ Kompilation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have a song on there, Money and Music, with MJG and LeChat. That goes hard. Can you talk about that song and how that came together and what the energy was like making that?
For sure. In my last interview, you talked about what were some of my inspirations to making my music. And I said, man, I got inspired on the way down here, man, and I was listening to something that we're gonna redo, and that was the song that I was referring to, that I had just done, came up with the concept of the beat, you know what I'm saying, with that sample. And man, to reach out, I went to the studio, laid the chorus. Actually, I just got out the hospital, man, and my homeboy had hit me up. He's like, man, I ran into MJG at the store. I put him on the phone, man, let him know. He put him on the phone, shouted him out, man, and told him I had a track I wanted to get him on. And coincidentally, he was recording at the same studio that I recorded at. Shout out Walter, man, over there, man, Sunstorm, man, the old Cotton Row. And he, you know, he'd been working with Ball and G. So he knew the place, he knew me, and hit him up, man. He came in, laid his verse. After I laid my verse, and then a couple of days later, I think LeChat came in and laid her portion, man, and we mixed it and, man, put it on the documentary and finna start a radio run, hopefully with that, and put it out as the next single.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned LeChat and R.I.P. Gangsta Boo. You know, you guys were one of the first camps to even embrace multiple female MCs. And now at this point in the culture, the women are taking over the
Killing
game.
it.
Like they killing it.
Yeah, real. You sure?
Yeah, man. But what was that like being even like early embracers just of, you know, women in hip hop and seeing like where it's elevated to now?
Man, yeah, Gangsta Boo and Lil Chat, man, really put that stamp down, man. You know what I'm saying? They had other female artists before them,
Absolutely.
of course, like Boss and, you know, people like that. But
Yeah.
man, back then I didn't even see it as really embracing the female rappers. I knew she was talented and dope and could spit.
Yeah.
Like I had females in my high school that could spit. You know what I'm saying? That never got the notoriety. But yeah, the females nowadays, man, they running the game. Seem like from the Lottos to the Glows and all these female rappers, man, they killing it.
Yeah, man.
And you know, they just walking in the footsteps that the men laid down for them. That's all.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's
But-
like us even seeing the WNBA getting recognition and these women athletes finally getting the just due and the respect,
Yeah.
you know, that they've deserved and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Boxers, all of that. So,
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
if you got the talent, why not put it out there? Whether you're man, woman, child, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, rock with your talent, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
believe in yourself, and you got a God-given talent. Do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Again, I'm gonna say R.I.P. to Gangsta Boo, R.I.P.
Yes, sir.
Lola.
Rest in peace, GB.
I know that you guys had a really close relationship. What are some of
Yeah.
your favorite memories of Gangsta Boo?
Oh man, there was so many, but it was one particular Christmas show we did together, man, a couple of years ago, and maybe about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, we had a Christmas show, and she was so amped up, man, and I opened up for her, and we had a blast back there in the VIP room, man, with all the friends, and man, I just miss, you know, her voice, her spirit.
Yeah.
She was a free spirit. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't fuck with you, she gonna let it be known, you know. And just, man, we had plenty of club nights, going to the clubs and rocking shows and hitting bars, you know, Bar Louis, and you know, just having a good time, man. And she's really missed, man.
Yeah.
Long live GB.
What do you think her legacy means to Memphis, but then also to the culture as a whole?
Man, people say Gangsta Boo one of the hardest female rappers ever. I've seen so many people saying she is the dopest female ever.
Yeah.
Hardest female ever.
To me, it's
that's a
her
big-
and Mia X.
Mia X, yeah, I was just about to say it. Between her, Mia X, and Lil Chat, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. What was your vision behind putting together the KKZ compilation?
Man, I had collected a lot of tracks, man. And once I recorded Money and Music, I started doing other collaborations with other cats in the city, man. You know what I'm saying, that I never collaborated with. Like my homeboy PL Talk, man. It's basically like a compilation, man. It's me and my guys, you know what I'm saying, and a bunch of features.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do like a Piranha Volume 8. I said, well, I'll just do a compilation album and then feature all these artists on there with me. And that's pretty much how it came about, man. I had like, you know, 12, 13 tracks sitting and just hit the studio and call my guys up, come on down, lay your verse, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
How much of the project would you say is nostalgia versus showing people, you know, like what your vibe is today and the fact that you're still active today?
well, that's a good question. as for the people that's on the CD, and as for, hold on, you gotta rewind that question again. I got lost somewhere.
No, you good, bro. So
The nostalgia of what?
yeah, so I was saying, how much of this project was nostalgia versus showing people, you know, like how that you're active today and like the vibe that you on today?
Man, it really, I really didn't change it a lot. I really do a lot of teaching on there. You know what I'm saying? I was giving some game on there, but it's just the normal crunk Memphis shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the normal MC Mack. We're gonna have some pimping, have some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? We have some crunk shit. You know what I'm saying? And some life stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel it's a real good feel good vibe, man, for the clubs and in the car, and giving the fans that same Memphis crunk feel that they always grew and loved. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got people hitting me up all the time saying, man, I appreciate you keeping that Memphis sound alive, man, that we grew up to. It's still bumping, man. You know what I'm saying? We won't keep it going. So.
Yes, sir. Now, you known for sharing a lot of game online, whether it's about just life, business, you know, et cetera. When you look back, what would you say is the smartest business move that you've made?
The smartest? Man, it was a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? I would say the main thing would be starting my own label. You know what I'm saying? Starting my own production company, and putting those tapes out. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, man, and being a label and having my own product. I wasn't signed to anybody, so I owned all my material. So I would just say being independent was one of my strongest business moves. You know, so. Staying independent and opening up your own and learning the business.
Yeah.
Those was my biggest.
Because when you own your music and when you move the way that you've moved, when Grand Theft Auto comes and puts your music in the game, which is a huge conglomerate, game, that's made a lot of money, you're able to reap the benefits off of that.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto took that song and ran it out the roof. It's almost 8 million streams now, 8 or 9 million streams. And I was like, man, cool. But that's the wave we in now, you know what I'm saying? They take your song and put it in a video game, put it in a movie or a commercial or whatever. Now those streams from your original recording are through the roof.
Yeah.
And if you own it still, guess who receives the money? The owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. What would be some advice that you would give to up and coming independent artists that are looking to get in the game and trying to get their business acumen up?
Man, I would say get your EIN, get your business, get your EIN, man. Believe in yourself. If you love what you do, you got a talent, pursue it with all, you know what I'm saying? Put it 110%. Of course, keep God in there in your life, man, and just pursue it, man. If you love what you're doing and you got a talent, man, go for it, bro. Go for it 100%, you know what I'm saying? And, learn the business too. Read and do what you're supposed to do as for putting your product out there properly, so you won't be undercutting yourself in the long run.
Now, I asked you what's the smartest business move you felt you've made. On the flip side of that, what would you say is the biggest music business mistake that you've made?
Okay, good question, man. You asked some of the best questions, man, on your interviews. I love
Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, all right. I know you heard that song, $1 Million Baby.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
On the chorus, bang, whatever it's saying on the chorus.
Yeah.
They sent me, before that record came out, they sent me that song, and it was Point Me a Tone right dead at your dome, fool. And they wanted to clear the sample. They wanted to clear the sample.
Yeah.
I was just really forming a relationship with my music lawyer, and he was been clearing deals with me and so forth, and I had cleared a couple of samples on my own too. So I went ahead, and since they hit me up, he didn't bring it to the table, so I tried to do my best intervention of trying to clear the sample myself. And I shot my shot, and it didn't go through, you know what I'm saying? So I came back, I gave them like 2 or 3 options. They didn't do it. And next thing I know, they come back, the song is, they took the sample out the joint and replaced the sample, my sample, with another one. So I'm thinking maybe I should have just slid that to my lawyer and let him work it out, you know what I'm saying? Besides me jumping in there and trying to intervene and pop my whip and negotiate my deal on that one. And that joint did millions and millions and millions of, you know what I'm saying? And I really hate I didn't get a piece of that. So that was a pretty bad mistake. And I made, other deals with undercutting myself, you know what I'm saying? As for selling verses for cheap, bringing cats to the table, selling verses for them, stuff like that. But I'm not doing that no more. Yeah. Not the middleman or anybody else who want to get a verse from somebody. You gotta go to that person, man.
Yeah. Nah.
So, but yeah, like stuff like that. But I really, that $1 Million Baby one, that was a strong one. Now, like, golly. play.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trying to represent yourself and
Yeah, man. They took the sample out, man. I was like, what? I was like, oh man.
yeah,
But
that was one of the biggest songs for about a
a
year.
year ago, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Now, they say that, you know, every mistake we make, you know, is not a loss, it's a lesson. What advice would you give to someone who maybe is losing motivation to pursue their dreams and just needs to hear from somebody who's had some experience, you know, for years taking wins and losses? You
Yeah.
know, like what type of advice would you give to somebody?
Man, I would say, you know, keep going. I mean, sometimes, you know, throughout the struggle, man, and on my come up in the music industry, man, I would feel, you know, that same, I would feel the same way, man. Like, damn, is anything gonna come out of this? But if you love to do what you do, just do it. You know what I'm saying? And things will materialize if you continue to do it. Consistency over resistance. You know what I'm saying? You staying consistent at it, something is gonna spawn out of that, man. And I would say, keep God first, pray on it, and keep going at it, man.
Yeah.
You may not reach that $100 million mark, and you may not reach, but a couple of years from now, you just may. You know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't make it unless you continue to do it. So I would say keep going, keep striving, keep doing what you love to do, man, and things will work out for the best, man. For real, doors will open.
Yeah.
God, it just, you know, it just works like that. You know what I'm saying?
After being featured on Live by Your Rep,
Yeah.
did you ever think that you would do songs with Bone Thugs and Harmony or any of the artists from Bone?
No way. No, back in them days, man, the whole Memphis was at Bone, man. I never thought, man, I would be doing a song with Lazy Bone and Spice One and Lil Flip on the Street Justice jump, man. And
Yeah.
shout out Vocals, man, and Crazy who helped put that song together on our Kamikaze Creatures album. But no, I didn't ever expect to be doing songs with these cats. Actually, I was cool just hearing my voice being bumped out the 6x9s and fools riding them Chevy things back in the day.
Yeah.
Never thought that it would grow to the point where it is now. I wished and hoped and was optimistic about it, but never thought that it would turn out that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy you mentioned that, man, because actually, just last week, I'm riding through North Memphis. Me and my gal riding through North Memphis. Riding, and I hear somebody on the porch over around the corner from Valentine and Ayers, where my grandmother used to stay. I heard somebody bumping on the porch, and I hear, listen, let's be a witness. I don't need this big business, motherfucker, be a witness, Killer Clan mode. Hey, that's me, bro. That's me right there, fool. MC. Hey, yeah, dude, up there getting buck on the porch. And I was like, what, just random. I didn't know this guy. We just riding, you know what I'm saying, riding down the street.
Yeah.
And it touched me, man. I'm like, wow, that don't just happen. Is that coincidence?
Man, come on.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Yep.
In that same vein, in that same thought process too, you know, you've done music with so many legends from, you know, Paul and Juicy or just the entire 3-6 Mafia, let me, you know, just say it like that. But then also Spice One, like you said, Lil Flip, Lazy Bone, DMC, from Run DMC.
Yeah, Yo Gotti. Pastor Troy.
Come on, Pastor Troy, like so many, and it's a wide range of legendary artists, man. Like, if you could go back and tell a 17, 18-year-old MC Mack some advice, man, what would you tell him with the knowledge that you have now and the experiences that you have now?
Start your own company, start your publishing company, and read on how to publish your stuff properly with all 3 channels, from the mechanical and the performance royalty part, sound exchange, and impress, and I would definitely tell myself to keep it independent. You know what I'm saying? Never sell your masters. Own your stuff, because it's going to be valuable in years. It may not be worth anything. Maybe just worth a couple of $5, $10 that you're selling it for now. but years from now, it's gonna be worth gold.
Word.
Yep.
I can dig that, man. You got anything that you're working on right now? What you got coming up that you can speak on that you excited about?
Man, like I said, I'm really right now just pushing the Mackumentary. It's now on Apple TV. It's also on YouTube TV. And the KKZ Kompilation album, man. And maybe in the future, later this year, I may start recording something new. But as of now, just really pushing the Mackumentary and the KKZ Kompilation album, man, with the whole clan on there, man. And yeah, putting in these fool faces.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. You got any shout outs you want to give before we get up out of here, man?
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out, man. Everybody, man, that's been rocking with me throughout the years, man. The whole Memphis, man. The whole KKZ Inc., man. Shout out my family, man. Shout out Tariq, Crystal, mom, dad, cousins, man. There's so many, man. Shout out Vokills, Mack, Kano, The Wolf, man, Ray Austin, man, who I don't want to forget, Ray, Lil T, man. Just everybody who's been rocking with me, man. So many to name. But yeah, man, make sure y'all go check out that KKZ Kompilation, man. Shout out to everybody that performed on the project, man. Like Conan Hercules, Lil Chat, MJG, PL Talk, Mack, of course, Kano, man, and everybody who helped put the project together, man. Shout out to the studios that work with me. Shout out the engineers and, man, the mastering. And yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling, man.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. MC Mack.
KKZ.
Appreciate you pulling up, jumping off the porch with us, bro.
Oh, you never really know, so thanks for coming out hard with me. Thanks for doing that dirt with me. Thanks for holding it work for me. A lot of Sundays I didn't